Hey everyone, it's Michelle with MichelleSizemore.com. That has one L in my first name if you're looking for me on my website. I'm a Creative Memories advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this page idea using the Elegant Diamond border punch used at angles. And I also use the Sweet on You collection. I use brown cardstock, white cardstock, and pink cardstock. So I'm going to set this aside and grab everything that I need, and plus a little bit more. I've got all these paper scraps and things, but I used this red paper, and it comes with Sweet on You, and it has XOXO. It's our Valentine's Day collection. And this is a scrap because I'm going to try to use my scraps. So this is the pink cardstock, white cardstock. This is the sticker strip that I used from the Sweet on You collection. This is a new one, but I'm going to try to just use my scraps and not have to use up a new one. So I'll put that back in the package. And brown cardstock, and then these are the scraps of my stickers. Alrighty, let's set this aside and set this aside. Come back to this, and now I'm going to use the Elegant Diamond border punch. You don't have to use this on this mat. I'm just trying to protect my table, so I use it on this cutting mat. Okay, so I'm going to grab my pink cardstock. I need to get a good straight edge on there, so I'm going to get my 12-inch trimmer and I'll go ahead and get 2 straight edges to clean it up a little bit because this is a scrap piece. Okay, throw those away. All right, so now let's cut a strip of this in pink. I'm going to place my cardstock in here. I'm going to start on that little black line right there. And line everything up over here so it's straight against that white raised area and give it a punch. Now I'm going to bring it down and match up my pattern, which means I'm going to place the pattern that I just cut out over this blue. And when it's over the blue and you don't see anything but silver, then it's in the right spot. Okay, I just turned it around to show you guys, but I'm gonna leave it like this for the rest. So it's still over the pattern. I'm holding it still in place with my thumb and punching. And after every couple of punches, I just want to get rid of my scraps. If I don't, they clog up the system. Okay, so I've got my pattern covered up. I've got it straight over here against this edge and punch. And I'm just going to do that all the way down. This one is really intricate, so it's a little bit, it's not quite as easy to use as some of these border punches, so I'm going really slow with it. Get the pattern matched up, make sure it's straight, and punch. Match up my pattern. Make sure it's straight. I'm going to hold it on this end now, and punch, and scoop my scraps out of the way. And match my pattern up. I think this will be my last cut. Hold it straight and punch. Oops, I missed one. It's really easy to miss one with this punch. I don't know why. It just is. So I'm going to put it back in here. Hope that it's in the center now. And give it another punch. Yeah, I could feel it. It went through there. Okay, so that's good. Now I'll need to cut off this little edge right here. Let me grab my micro scissors because they work best for things like this. And I'm just going to cut that off, but just try to like keep these little round pieces round. Kind of go around those a little bit so I don't mess up my pattern. Okay. Let's make sure there aren't any other places where I messed up, and there aren't. All right, I've already cut out a white one because I need pink and white. So I'm not going to do that again. It's the same process. I'm going to get rid of these scraps. There's a lot of them. There's all these little tiny pieces. Okay, So now, I mounted these onto a piece of red paper like this. Now I need to measure how big that piece of red paper was. I think it was about 2 1/4 maybe. Yep, 2. It's almost 2 1/4. I'm just going to cut 2 1/4 inches. So I'm going to use this scrap piece. Now I need to get a good clean edge, a good straight edge. So I'm going to cut up against this square right here. The blade is going to come down on this left-hand side dotted line. So I want to make sure, yeah, that's going to be good. It'll cut right to the left of that opening right there. So there we go. I got my straight edge, and now I need to get 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to flip it so my straight edge is here. I'm going to line it up at 2, close these, 2 1/4 inches, which is right there. Okay, so 2 1/4. Make sure it's straight all the way down against that grid line. Make sure it's straight at the top and cut. So now I have my base piece that I mount onto. Okay, so I'm going to grab my silicone mat. I use this. I'm going to use the big one. Sometimes I use just the border one, but I'm going to use the big one this time. Okay, get all these little scraps off of there. Scraps kind of cling to this. Okay, so move all that out of the way. Oops. Okay. All right, so this is my base piece. And this is a directional paper, but honestly, it doesn't matter because by the time you put these on top, you're not going to see anything like about that, just the color poking through. Okay, so I'm going to use pink and white. Now, I'm going to start up here with pink. And basically, I want to mount it just so it completely covers the red. And I think I went a little bit more like this. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to cut this off between those 2 little round pieces to kind of maintain my pattern. All right. I'm going to put my repositionable tape runner on the back of this. All right. And I'm going to mount this down just so it completely goes past. And I do want to go a little bit more like this with it. A diagonal, but not like a long diagonal. Okay, now I'm going to press this down and make it stick down. Okay, it's really important to use your repositionable tape runner on this. It's such an intricate pattern. You don't want your tape runner showing through where the holes are. And yeah, so that you kind of have to use the repositionable on that. All right, so now I'm going to use a piece of white up here. Let me cut off this little shaggy edge. Okay. And what you want to do is make it so that the points go into the grooves here. So it's going to be offset by 1 like this. Okay, so I'm going to cut this right here between those 2 little balls to maintain my pattern. And I'm going to use my repositionable tape runner. I'm going to be careful because this is pretty fragile with all these little intricate cutouts. So, and I want to make sure and get all the edges to make them all stick down so they won't bend or tear. I think I need to go, yeah, let's go up like this. And then I'll end up cutting off the excess. So you want to line it up, but you don't want a lot of red to show in between. Like right here. So it's kind of tricky, but it's not hard. Okay, Now I'm going to rub it to make it stick. So all that's completely covered, and when I'm done, I'll cut off all of this excess. So now it's time to do white again. And I'm going to, that should be, I'm going to go one up just to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to, let's do that. And I actually cut some extras of these because I may need more than one of each with all this cutting off that I'm doing. You want to cut enough off so that you don't end up seeing a part without the pattern on it showing through the red. So I'm going to add my tape runner. I'm just going to do this pretty fast now. Okay, so same thing. Match up your pattern. Okay, rub it to make it stick. It's starting to come together. And let's do it with the pink. Add my tape runner on the back. I'm going real gentle with it. Okay, now there's a little white scrap there. Okay, so add that. All right. All right, and cut this right here. Add my repositionable tape runner. Okay. It's getting easier now. I'm going faster with it. Okay, and now I need pink. Gonna go here. Is that? I think that's enough. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna cut it right here. I err on the side of cutting more rather than less, just to make sure it completely covers the red, because when I was practicing with it, I realized I needed to do that. Okay. There we go. Just line them up right up against each other. Rub it to make it, so you have to rub this a lot because there's so many little skinny little tiny pieces. Okay, now let's do white. I'm not going to be exact on that because I know that's going to not really show. Okay, so it's my tape runner here. Get all my little edges. We're almost done. I think I might have to cut some more though. I'm gonna run out of white. Okay, there we go. Let's do some pink. Oh, we're so close to being done. Go. Put my tape runner on the back. Repositionable. And the reason I'm doing it on this mat is because the excess doesn't stick to the mat. And if I did it on my table, it would stick to the table. And then the excess just rolls up in there to keep everything neat and tidy. Okay, we're almost done. This is the hardest part. It's not hard, it's just a little bit more time consuming. Press it down and make it stick. And then that one didn't cut very well. I'm gonna have to cut another white one. Unless I can find one that I did. Well, I'm gonna have to cut part of a white one. Sorry, I gotta find a piece of white cardstock that'll work. It's gotta be wide enough. There we go. All right, so I'm going to cut, I'm just gonna do this really quick without explaining it since I've already explained it. plenty. I'm going to stop there. It's more than enough. Okay, so yeah, we're almost done. All right, I'm going to cut this between the two little round pieces. And here we go with this repositionable tape runner. And I feel like I'm starting to whisper because my family's asleep. It's getting late. So I hope y'all can hear me. I was much louder earlier doing my videos. Okay, so that one's done, and I just need a little bit of pink right here. And then we'll be done with the most time-consuming part. I think this is pretty. I like it. Pretty for Valentine's Day. You could change up the colors. You could do blues and light blues and white and make it look like winter. You could do greens and golds and reds and make it look like Christmas. Okay, so it's all stuck down really well. I'm just rubbing it extra. And here we go. Now I'm going to take my regular scissors. See, it's just a mess on the back. But that's okay, because I'm going to cut all that mess off. So I'm just going to cut it off, lined up with the piece of paper that it's mounted on. Okay. I hope y'all are having a good day while you're watching my video. And I want to thank you for watching my video. And I also want to, I need to start asking this or saying this, but it helps me so much if y'all will subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you see the little bell that you can click that, and then it will send you notifications for when I post new videos. I'll appreciate that. And anytime if you like, a technique I do, it helps me if you share it with your friends and they watch it. It just helps me in the YouTube world. This is all kind of new to me, this whole YouTube thing, but the more subscribers and followers I have and the more likes and shares I have, the more it helps my YouTube channel grow, which is good. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just figuring it out as I go. I've been doing creative memories for 30 years. And when I started out, we didn't have all this Facebook, virtual crops, and YouTubes and stuff. So I'm learning. It's helping me to stay a little bit younger in my mind because it kind of forces me to keep up with technology. Okay, so that's how I did that. And I do see a couple of spots that I don't like. Like there's a little bit too much red showing through here. So I'm going to try to fix that with adding a little piece of white in there. Just right there. It just sort of looks like the pattern got messed up a little bit. And I'm going to cut that off. Hold that tight and then cut that off on this side. I don't think you'll ever be able to tell that that was pieced. And I think I saw another spot like right here. Not sure what happened there, but I'm going to fix it. And maybe I'm just being too picky. I don't know, but I just want it to look good, like I want it. So that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, I'm good with that now. Okay, let's get all these little scraps out of the way. Throw them in my trash bin. I keep a trash bin down here handy. It's like a wide trash bin, so I can shake everything off in there. Okay, yeah, that's great. And now the rest is easy, super easy. So I need a piece of brown cardstock right here because I want to do a brown border, and I use the decal edge for my trimmer. So here we go. I'm going to grab the decal edge. It's the green one. It kind of just looks like a torn piece of paper. And I kind of wanted this to look sort of like maybe kind of antique-y or something. And I just thought the torn edge was better than the other blades we have. Okay, so I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna do this about 3/4 of an inch. Now, let me make sure this is long enough. Yeah, it is. Okay, for some reason I thought it might not be. Okay, so I'm gonna go to 3/4 of an inch right here and make sure it's lined up all the way down and cut. Okay, so I've got one straight edge and one decal edge, and I'll do the other side same way. Okay. Sorry you'll have to hear me sniffle. My allergies are bothering me. I don't know what set them off, but something did. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put some repositionable tape runner down one vertical side. And I'm going to just mount this sticky part over the brown so that a little bit of the brown shows past my border. The reason I chose not to do white is because I just feel like since there's so much white in here, it would just look like an extension of the same thing and it kind of look messy. So I did brown. And there's a lot of chocolate in this collection. You know, chocolate candy pieces and chocolate colored paper. So the brown I thought was good to coordinate with everything. And I just want about the same amount to show on both sides of the brown. Now I'm just going to gently rub it. Again, be gentle because it's easy to bend these little tiny pieces. Okay, so now I'm done, except for adding it onto here, adding the stickers. Now I'm going to put it on this red paper. This has X's and O's on it, so it is a directional paper going this way. If you want a side border, you want to have it upright so you can read it. Now I'm just going to put some tape runner down here. Little dabs, and maybe put a couple of dabs, 2 or 3 dabs down the middle. And I want to let some of the red show over here. And there we go, and mount that down. And then all I would do from then on is add my stickers, and then I'm done. And well, of course, except for pictures, I would do pictures with a white mat because I don't want them just to blend in with the red because there's probably going to be a lot of red in the picture since it's Valentine's and people usually wear red. So I would mount them on white cardstock as a mat. And, you know, you could do 2-page spread, like 2 pages, and leave this border. This is such a busy border. I think I would just do two pieces of red side by side. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, this piece of paper is a little bit too short. But anyway, it's fine. Just pretend they're the same. I'm going to line them up at the top. And then you could do another border over here, but I think it would be kind of busy. So I would just leave all this open and then just use all this for pictures. Maybe use a little journal box down here with the same colors, like white ruled paper to write on, and mat it with red and, don't mat it with red because this is red paper. Mat it with chocolate, and then add a few little stickers in the corner, and then you've got a great Valentine's Day page. So that's just a new idea using the elegant diamond border punch where you use it at an angle instead of straight. And I almost think it kind of makes me think about Christmas with candy canes and pink and white. So you could do this on Christmas paper and use Christmas stickers. So, all right, thank y'all for watching, and hope you learned a little something new, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.